Black Muslims, Moorish American, or other. 183. You preach or teach Nagaru Negroids belong here for whatever reason and they like you. 184. You give them access to Nagaru Kararu Negroid children, Zanan, mind, Katat, body, and Ba'a, soul. With that, this was originally our land. We belong here. We will get a piece of America for us. 185. As long as your leader teaches that, you and he or she is safe. 186. They only kill or imprison the Nagar, Negroid, leaders who teach or preach, let my people go back to where our DNA is rooted. Afaf Re'e Ka'a, Africa. 187. Let us bring home to Afaf Re'e Ka'a, Africa, all we learned to build our home, land where our Salafu ancestors grew. 188. Their greatest fear is you departing from them, so they can't feed off your kat body and ba soul. 189. They copy everything you create because they have no ba'u, souls, no creativity. 190. They don't even fight their own battles. They use others or machines. They can't do anything on their own except use the media to deceive even their own into thinking they're great, powerful, when in fact they're weak and wicked. All they think is killing for their God. 191. They are children of fallen angels. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 through 5. The wickedness of them was so great in the Taha earth. All their imagination, all their thoughts in their hearts were only evil continually. 192. This is all they know. 193. If you give a new invention, what will they do? See how to use it to kill or rule others, like space travel, satellites, beams of sound, atomic energy, nuclear energy, or powder metal. 194. What do they do? Make weapons, then pass them around the Tapal world. 195. Is TV used to teach world love or unity? Or is it used to teach Kakasu Caucasoids are better than all others, can beat all others, look better than all others, and live better than all others, as their book of Revelation says about them? John chapter 7 verse 12. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 14. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 6. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. And Matthew chapter 24 verse 24. He is the master of deceptions about his race. Revelations chapter 18 verse 3. Chapter 13 verse 4. Revelations chapter 12 verse 12. Cast to Taha earth, where Genesis chapter 6, who is this Luke? Chapter 10 verse 18. 196. How do they worship him and them? John chapter 4 verse 24. A spirit. 2. Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 through 18. Looking into the glass is watching their TV screens. John chapter 4 verse 1 through 4. Their own anointed cherub is their Christ, not the same as our Karast. 197. Their sixth ether being, our nine ether being, or ghost and ether, of course. A spirit is good to those it is here to help and guide, and evil to those it is here to use or harm. 198. Akhak, ether, can produce Tayaf, ghost. However, Tayaf, ghost, cannot produce Akhak, ether. 199. Just as blackness births light, yet light cannot birth blackness. 200. Fire is lit in darkness and becomes light, not or ever the other way around. 201. The same with the Salalu races of people. Light people come out of black people. That is a fact, making black people Afafre Ka'u, Africans, the deities of all others. 202. The Mabras leaper of their Bible, Leviticus chapter 13. You see where and how they became pale-skinned, as from Genesis chapter 9, verse 25, a curse of leprosy. 203. The same root word as leprechaun, leaper, karad, or karaganis, the little fire spirits called fairies, or fair-skinned, pale white brightness, as Lucifer, Hilal, Hebrew, Strong's number 1966, meaning the morning star, pardon self. 204. In fact, with this last solar eclipse on June 5th, the bright morning star Venus crossed in front of the sun, and with that Nenar, son of Enlil, son of the dawn, the bright one, came back to Taha, earth. 205. The Korriganis, I always tongue-tie that, little fire beings or white orbs,